want you to flip to Chapter 4, Types of Maps. It's on page 28. Okay, we're going to learn about different types of maps. There are physical maps, political maps, population maps, climate maps, and resource maps. There's also other maps. Okay, let's learn about maps. There are many different types of maps. Different types of maps show different types of features and information. Why? Because different types of maps are used for different purposes. Which type of map people use depends on their goals. Let's learn about some different types of maps, including how they are used. So the first one we're going to learn about today are physical maps. A physical map shows physical features. Remember, we learned about those physical features. We learned about them right back here, water features and land landforms. So all of those things are things that will show up on a physical map. So physical map shows physical features like rivers, lakes, gulfs, mountains, and deserts. If a characteristic can be touched or seen, a physical map is a good tool for finding it. Some physical maps only show natural characteristics, which are features that occur naturally. But some physical maps show human characteristics too, which are features that were created by humans. So we're going to do a few of these together. This is a physical map. List 6 physical characteristics that you see on this map. So one thing that I see is I see a river going all the way down there. Now I know it's a river also because it's titled Mississippi River. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. Now notice it has capital letters because it is a proper noun. So I'm going to say Mississippi River. But if you do not want to use the proper names, you could just say that you see a river, you see a lake, you see other things. Like right here, it doesn't list anything, but I know this is where the plains are, which remember, plains are more flat surfaces on the surface of the earth that don't have very many trees, if any at all. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to list 5 more physical characteristics that you see on this map. Okay, once you have written that, we're going to learn about political maps. A political map shows political or government features. Political features include the names and boundaries of countries, states, and cities. So if you want to find cities, countries, states, things like that, you need to make sure you are looking at a political map. And also make sure you're annotating with me as I'm reading. Political maps often include a special designation for capital cities. Political features also include highways, roads, railroads, military bases, and parks. On most maps, the symbol for a capital city is a star, but remember, we can also have a map key so that we know what that star means. Let's go ahead and read this real quick before we get into political maps. Some political data is included on other types of maps. Why? Because political features like boundaries and place names help make physical maps and other maps more useful. Similarly, political maps often include some physical features, particularly large bodies of water. So as you can tell, you can see the Great Lakes here, even though this is not technically a physical map. Also, the same thing, you can see political things here, such as the border between the United States and Canada. You can see that there. You can see that this is the United States. You can see state boundaries. But this is a physical map because it shows the mountains, the elevated areas. So, therefore, a political map is one that often is used with other types of maps because you kind of need those labels and these boundaries between the countries. Okay, the map skill builder. Answer the questions. It says identify 3 types of political features shown on this map. Well, what if I've forgotten what a political feature is? If I look up here, I know that political features include the names and boundaries of countries, states, and cities. So, well, I see Canada on here, but it's asking for 3 types of political features. So I cannot put Canada because that's an example. A type would be, I see a country name. I see a country name, and that country name is Canada. I also see United States. I also see Mexico. Do you see a city name? I bet you do. I want you to write what you see here. It is a city name, but it's a certain type of city. Make sure you're reading up here. Write what type of city name you find right here. And I'm going to help you out with this last one. We also see the boundaries or borders of countries. So I'm just going to write borders. Well, / boundaries. So you can see this is the boundary or border between Alaska and Canada. So go ahead and write what type of cities you find, or yeah, what type of city it is. It's a special type of city. Okay. Oh, I also realized I spelled borders wrong. Okay, explain 3 ways this map could be used. You can do that one on your own. This political map shows some physical features. List 2 examples and explain why this map shows them. You can't just list 2 examples. You also need to explain why. Okay, go ahead and get that done.